Welcome to everyone who's here today, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. This is Cone Joint Unified School District's regular board meeting for the month of December 18th, 2024. My name is Frankie Barra, and I'm the president of the board. And at this point in time, I would like to have call to order. And if we could ask Ms. Joanne Medina to please do the roll call.
Mrs. Haro? Here. Mr. Flores? Here. Ms. Sori Nojeda?
Here.
Mr. Fuentes?
Present.
Mrs. Flores?
Present.
Mr. Ibarra?
Present. Thank you, Joanne. And I just want to make a note that at this time, Bernice Sandoval is absent, and I believe will not be attending today. Thank you. We do have an interpreter available, Ms. Bueno, and if you could please come up to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, Board President Ibarra. Good evening to all. Muy buenas noches a todos. Yo soy Cintia Bueno, soy recepcionista y traductora del distrito. Esta noche estaremos ofreciendo servicios de intérprete. Si alguien desea escuchar la reunión completamente en español simultáneamente, puede encontrarme en la mesa trasera. Podrán adquirir el dispositivo donde podrán escucharla. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you, Ms. Bueno. And at this time, I'd like to please ask everyone to rise so we could salute the flag. And if I could ask Dr. Ortiz to lead us in the flag salute, please. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dr. Ortiz. We do have adoption of the December 19th, 2024 calendar, item 1.3. At this time, I will entertain a motion to adopt the following. Head junior varsity basketball girls, head varsity volleyball boys, spring football assistant boys, varsity football assistant boys. In addition of 7 volunteer coaches, baseball boys, soccer boys, soccer girls 2, softball girls, tennis co-ed, and track co-ed. At this time, I would entertain a motion for approval, please.
I'll move that.
Thank you. Okay. So I do have a motion by Board Member Israel Fuentes and second by Board Member Pat Haro to adopt the agenda as recommended. All those in favor indicate by stating aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose? Anyone abstain? So on a motion by Board Member Israel Fuentes and second by Pat Haro, and on a 6-0 vote with Bernice Sandoval absent, the board adopts the agenda for December 19th, 2024. Okay. So we'll move right into 2.0, which is the oath of office. And I would ask Judge Don Alvarez to please come up to the podium. And for those who may not know, Judge Alvarez was on the Board of Education here at Cone Joint Unified School District when I first started 28 years ago. So it's a pleasure to see him always, and it's great that we have Judge Alvarez with us here today.
We're going to ask the Pat.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to have Bertha Flores, Pat Haro, and Frankie Barra. And Mr. Ibarra was on this board back years ago when I was on the board. It's like
I've been doing what I'm doing for 23 years, and so I never thought that anybody would be on longer than Ray Abreu. Anyway, all right, well, welcome. Okay, I guess we can go ahead and start. I'll ask you to raise your right hand and then repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California. That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. Congratulations, you're sworn in. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Judge Alvarez for being here today, and my colleagues, Bertha and Pat, congratulate them as well. I'd like to give my colleagues an opportunity to say a few words if they would like, and I'll start with Bertha.
Well, I just want to say thank you to everyone that helped in this campaign. I want to thank the community for continuing to believe in me, and I am humbled and so proud to be a part of this district. I have been a part of this district since I was in second grade, and I was a student, teacher. I was a student, a classified worker, teacher, principal, director, so I think I've worn a lot of hats in this district. I love this district, and I am humbled and honored to be here. Thank you.
Pat.
I too, like Board Member Flores said, I'm humbled to be here and to be elected to do this for another 4 years. Like she said, I truly love this district. My daughter went through this district, and I'm very proud of the person she has become because of the education that we give our students. And I want to thank so many people. I'm going to start up by thanking, obviously, all the voters, but I want to thank our teachers and our classified for supporting us and for the assistance that we received, the help. We couldn't have done it without your support, and I'm truly grateful for that. I want to thank my husband, who was also a great support and help. And I want to thank all of our voters and all of our people who are here this evening for recognizing that this board, by your vote, you said that loud and clear, that this board is doing the right thing, that we truly do, you realize that we truly do care about the kids in this district. That's what our main goal is, to make sure that our kids have the best, and they deserve it. And we are proud to do the things that we do to support those goals. So I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Pat. You know, one of the things that I can't say enough is that when an individual goes through a campaign, you hear it from a lot of individuals that have done it. You know, you put yourself out there. And what I mean by that is you're testing to see if you get the approval of the voters and how they feel about you. And I'm very pleased to see that the voters supported and approved of my colleagues, Pat and Bertha, and myself. There's always a number of people that you like to thank. And those who stand out and those that were there with you throughout the whole process. And, you know, for me, this is my 8th victory. You know, 8th election. And it's, you know, I've seen elections come and go. I've been challenged throughout the times. And one of the things that I've always learned is the fact that the people who really feel that you're doing a wonderful job will support you and be behind you. I like to begin, but not, this is not the number one, but I like to begin with all the voters that were out there that supported me, because it was really interesting to see that as I knocked on doors and talked to people, I only ran into one house that said no. So that said a lot. And also supported my colleagues here. So that said a lot. Also, I'd like to thank our unions. I'd like to thank ACE and CSEA for their support. Not only did they provide support and endorsement, they actually walked with us on weekends and got the word out. And I truly, really appreciate their efforts. And I will always remember what they did in order to help all 3 of us continue to provide the service that we're providing to the students of this district. I'd like to thank the individual endorsers. I'll start off with the Western Carpentry Union. I'd like to thank them because their support and their acknowledgement of what we do here at Colton is big. And what they provide as service to our young students is tremendous. Opportunities for them. Also like to thank the Colton Pipe Fitters and electrical group, because with the same idea that what they do for our students that come out of our CTE and our ROP classes are just incredible. And they recognize this, what we do here, and they provided their support for us in a big way. So I want to thank them as well. And of course, I can't forget family and friends. Family and friends is always the backbone of everything that we do. You know, I've learned over all these years that without the support of my spouse, my family, you know, I probably wouldn't be doing this. It's important to have family support and for them to recognize the job that we're doing and the importance of what we're doing for the students here in Colton District. So I just want to say thank you to my wife, who's here, my sister and her husband who are here, my nephew, and family friend Irene, and all my other nephews and friends that came out in support of me. And I can't say enough. And as I run into them, I will let them know how much I appreciate their support. And just one last thing. This was probably, and I'll be honest with you, the first time I totally felt the support of all three areas. Grand Terrace came out and supported me. Bloomington came out and supported me. And of course, Colton did, like they always have for many, many years. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to all. I look forward to another 4 years. I'm already talking with our superintendent about what the next things we're going to do, what are some of the wonderful things we're going to accomplish, and I'm glad to be part of that. So thank you, everybody. And for those who are here, I truly appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you all. Okay. Now, as it's typical during this time of the year, for those who are not familiar, we go through a reorganizational structure within the board. The reorganizational structure is designed for board members to get opportunities to do what I'm doing, to be president, to be vice president, and to be secretary, so that we rotate and we get opportunities to share what we know. You know, one of the things that over all the years, it's great to see what each individual board member brings to the body and their expertise in their own personal way, their knowledge and what they bring, it's always so valuable. So I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And with that said, I just want to say thank you for this year as president and for your support. And, you know, we'll look forward to the next year. So with that, let's make this official. We're looking at 3.1, which is the selection of officers for the 2025 year. First one on board is president. I will entertain a motion for anyone that would like to make a motion for president.
I'd like to nominate Dan Flores.
Okay? And okay, so I do have a motion for Dan Flores, and a first by Pat, a second by Bertha. Before we move forward, is there any other nominations that anybody else would like to make? Okay, well, didn't think so. All right, let's go for the vote. All those in favor for Dan Flores to be the president of the Board of Education for the 2025 year, indicate by stating aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose? Anyone abstain? Congratulations, Dan. You're the new president. And I will hand over the gavel. Item 3.2, which is the selection of officers for the 2025 vice president. Okay? At this point, I will entertain a motion for approval.
Nominate Board Member Fuentes.
Okay. I got a nomination of Israel Fuentes. Do I get a second?
I would like to decline that. And if I could, continue as a clerk for another year.
Ooh, okay. So we have a
Yes, there's certain circumstances that I
Okay.
would love to continue as clerk, but I would like to nominate Bertha Flores.
So with the denial of the vice president by Mr. Fuentes, he's nominated Bertha Flores. And do I have a second for Bertha? A second. Okay. So I do have a first and second for Bertha Flores, Israel Fuentes, and Joanne Thorin Ojeda. Okay, at this time, are there any other nominations for vice president? Okay. Not hearing any. All those in favor of Bertha Flores for vice president indicate by stating aye.
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 Anyone oppose? Anyone abstain? Congratulations, Bertha. You are now the Vice President for the 2025 year. Item 3.3, selection of officers, 2025 clerk. Okay, do I have a nomination for the clerk position for next year?
I'd like to nominate Board Member Fuentes.
Nomination for Israel Fuentes by Dan Flores. Do I get a second?
Second.
I get a second by Joanne Thorino Hayda. Are there any other nominees or nominations for any other board member? Okay. So we have a nomination for Israel Fuentes for clerk for 2025. All those in favor indicate by stating aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose? Anyone abstain? Congratulations. Oh, yeah, you could.
Yeah, I'll abstain, just to make it clear.
Really don't have to, but you could. Okay, so we're looking at a 5-0-1 vote in favor of Israel Fuentes for clerk for 2025, with the abstention Israel Fuentes. All right. Okay, congratulations to all three of you. All right. All right, let's take a look at 3.4, which is the selection of representatives for the 25-26. This is the ROP. So this is a representative from our board to go to CRIROP, ROP. And this will be for a 2-year term, okay? So do I get a nomination for this one?
May I ask which seat it is?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's, oh, yeah, because Pat, you're on there.
Yeah.
It's for my seat, Pat.
Okay, all right, I
Yeah, it's for
wasn't
my
sure.
seat, yes.
I make a nomination for you, Mr. Frankie Barr.
Okay, I'll second that.
Okay. Okay, so I do have a nomination. Do I have a second nomination?
I'll second.
Dan
Oh,
second.
sorry, I'll second the nomination.
Okay.
No other nomination.
No other nominations. Okay. So let's take a look at that. All those in favor for the 25-26 ROP member, and this is myself, Frankie Barra, to represent Cone with CRIROP, Cone Redlands Yucaipa ROP. All those in favor indicate by stating aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose? Anyone abstain? Thank you, everybody. Now we're looking at 3.5, which is the selection of the representative for the.
Excuse me, Mr. Barr, you have to abstain on the ROP.
Oh, that's right, huh? Okay. So let's do it one more time. I thank you. I forgot about that. 25-26 ROP board member. All those in favor indicate by stating aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? No. Abstain? Yes. 501. All right. I'll get it right. Okay. 3.5, this is our alternative representative to ROP. At this point, the current representative is Israel Fuentes. So, do I have a nomination for that?
I nominate Israel Fuentes.
Okay. Do I get a second? I'll second. Okay. So I have a first by Pat Harrow, second by Bertha Flores for Israel Fuentes to be the alternate to Cone Redlands Yucaipa ROP. All those in favor indicate by stating aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose? Anyone abstain?
I'll abstain.
Okay. So on a 5-0-1, the abstention Israel Fuentes, Israel is our alternative member. Thank you. Okay, let's go to 3.6, which is the selection of representatives to the 2025 elector. This is the county, San Bernardino County Committee of School District Organizations. This is where we represent the district in the county, okay? The current person is Joanne Thorin Ojeda, okay? So,
I would like to nominate Joanne Thoring Ojeda.
so I do have a first by Pat Harrell, second by Bertha Flores for Joanne Thorin Ojeda to be our county committee representative to the schools. If there's no other nominee, all those in favor indicate by stating aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose? Anyone abstain? Okay, Joanne. Yes, you're it. Thank you. Thank you,
You're
everybody.
it.
You're it. You're the new elector. 3.7, selection of regular meeting dates. Okay. So I would assume everybody has seen the calendar. And so we're looking for a motion to approve the 2025 calendar as presented. At this point in time, I'm going to ask our superintendent, is there anything that we need to be aware of on that calendar or anything that you would like to bring up?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Board President Ibarra, and when soon Mr. Flores there. The only question for the board on the calendar that I'd like to address would be the June meeting. The first meeting in June is June 5th. And the reason why we have 3 dates, the 16th, 17th, and 18th, is because the 19th falls on a holiday, Juneteenth. So we're asking the board either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And as the board's aware, the second board meeting in June, it's usually, it's been to approve the LCAP and the budget. So should be a very short meeting. So as the board's aware, on June 5th, the LCAP and the budget gets proposed. That's when we do the presentation, and then the board takes action the second board meeting. And it has to be a subsequent meeting where the LCAP and budget get approved. So that's what we're asking. So, and so it'd either be a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday.
I would like to see if we could pick the 16th of June. What day of the week is it?
Would the 17th work here, Pat? Ah.
Monday is the 16th.
Monday's the 16th, the 17th is Tuesday. Yes. Okay.
Usually there's like 3 of us are gone to a conference that week.
Joanne, my understanding is also that the conference was moved to the first week of July.
Okay, then that's fine.
great.
So it doesn't conflict
Okay,
with the,
awesome.
yeah.
17 would work better for me, just for what, yeah.
Thank you.
Then
Yeah, I thought we were-
17th is fine.
17th is fine.
Thank you.
I should have explained that,
Okay,
sorry.
thank you.
Ms. Shirley.
Okay. So with the agreement that we're going to move the second meeting in June to the 17th, which is a Tuesday, I will now look for a motion for approval.
So moved.
I'll second.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Israel. So I do have a motion by Board Member Pat Harrell, second by Board Member Israel Fuentes, to approve the 2025 calendar as presented with the June board meeting dates specified as June 5th and June 17th, which is a Tuesday. All those in favor indicate by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone oppose? Anyone abstain? So on a 6-0, on motion by Pat Harrell, second by Israel Fuentes, and carried on a 6-0 vote with Bernice Sandoval absent, the board approves the 2025 calendar as presented with the June board meeting dates specified as June 5th and June 17th being a Tuesday. All right. Almost there. Almost there. Items 3.8, selection of meeting times.
I support, section B.
I would second that too.
And we're looking at 5:30.
5:30.
5:30.
That's the same amount of, we always have done it.
You want to go 6? I'm kidding.
I was going to suggest, can we end an automatic cutoff time? that We have to be done by?
We could be done by 6.
Well, maybe the talking time.
Hey, you're going to be president, so.
Yeah, we're going to eliminate the talking time. Okay. All right. So we're looking at the B section, which is 5:30. So I'm looking for a motion to approve the regular meeting times for 5:30.
I'll move.
Second.
Okay, so I have Israel Fuentes and Pat Haro, okay, for 5:30. So on a motion by Israel Fuentes, second by Board Member Pat Haro, and carried on a, let's vote. All those in favor indicate by stating aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose? Anyone abstain? Carried on a 6-0 vote with Bernice Sandoval absent. The board selects the meeting time of 5:30. Okay. Okay. They gave me a script. Okay. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize and thank the members of the public who have attended the board meeting. Now, it's not over yet, but the board will now take a few minutes to reorganize. In other words, they want to move me off my chair, and we thank you for your patience. Also, we would like to take an opportunity okay, and this is for Dan to read. I won't read that. And we would also like to take opportunity, maybe 10 minutes, to say hello to the people that we have here, take pictures if you'd like to take pictures. And so if you could bear with us, we're going to take a few minutes. So.
Yeah. Is it? It's as high up as it goes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. We will officially reconvene this meeting of the Colton Joint Unified School District Board of Education. I want to take a quick moment to thank Board Member Ibarra for serving as president for the last year. Did a wonderful job, and it's not an easy job. Just to share a little insight, there are a lot of legalities, a lot of procedural matters. You're trying to keep up with all of the processes while trying to listen to the conversation, still participate in the discussion, make decisions. So there's a lot going on as board president. We appreciate your experience and that you're doing it with grace, and a great job. So I hope to continue that tradition and work us through the meetings and ultimately allow us the time that's needed to make very important decisions for the school district. And I want to thank my colleagues. It is a privilege to serve in this position. I take that very seriously, and I look forward to helping facilitate a good conversation amongst the board and lead us into a prosperous 2025. We've got a lot to do, Dr. Miranda. Okay, so we'll get to it. We'll start with our special presentations for today. We have item 4.1, which is our employee recognition. And so at this time, I will ask our directors of human resources, Dr. Cervantes and Eric Enciso, to please come forward and lead us in this presentation.
All right. Good evening, Board President Flores, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and board members of the audience. So my name is Eric Enciso. I'm Director of Human Resources for Classified. I am proud to be up here and to present our employee recognition for the month of November, December. What's exciting about this is that these are the people that work often in the shadows, in the background, doing awesome things that make our district special, and today we get to put the spotlight on them. So first up, we would like to recognize and call up, but actually before I do that, I also want to make mention that Joe Baca Jr. has presented certificates for our attendees and our awardees today, so we'll be presenting them with 2 certificates and an award. So first up is going to be classified certificate member is Leticia Marietta, and presenting for her tonight is Fiscal Manager Julia Esparza. If I could have them come up, please.
Good evening, Board President Flores, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, members of the board, and audience members. Today is my pleasure to celebrate Leticia Marietta, our Employee of the Month, who exemplifies excellence, precision, and dedication. As an outstanding payroll accounting technician, Leticia has been a vital part of our team for 6 years. She is thorough, dependable, and incredibly trustworthy, always ensuring her work is accurate and completed on time. Her strong work ethic and proactive attitude make her a true asset to our organization. Excuse me. What truly sets Leticia apart is her kindness and care for others. She has a remarkable ability to make everyone feel welcomed and valued, fostering a positive and respectful work environment. Her professionalism and warmth have earned her the admiration of colleagues across the organization. But Leticia's brilliance doesn't stop there. Since I joined the district, she has been a mentor and guide to other members of the team. She has an incredible ability to break down complex processes into easy-to-follow steps, making even the most intimidating tasks feel as simple as balancing a checkbook. A recent example of Leticia's dedication stands out. After the payroll office had closed for the day and we were leaving, an employee hurried in. He was newly hired to the district and had questions about his upcoming pay cycle. Leticia immediately recalled the details of their prior communication and took the time to assist him. She provided clear, detailed information and forwarded the email she had thoughtfully prepared earlier in the week. This small act of kindness ensured the employee felt supported and confident during an important transition. Leticia goes above and beyond to ensure those around her are supported. Her exceptional customer service and positive attitude make a meaningful difference every day. Thank you, Leticia, for your hard work, kindness, and dedication. We are incredibly fortunate to have you on our team. Congratulations on this well-deserved recognition.
Thank you, everyone, for this recognition. It's very humbling. I love what I do. I love the people I work with. I learned a long time ago, customer service, everyone is your customer, no matter what. And so I try to fulfill that every day with my job. So I want to thank and acknowledge, of course, all of my family who showed up today, and all of my work family who I couldn't do it without them. Every day they make me want to come to work. So thank you, everyone.
Where's the family at? Oh, there we go.
That's my
All right.
cheering group back there.
Also worth noting is tonight we have our first time we have revamped our award. And so it's a puzzle piece because you are a key puzzle piece to our big picture. So thank you for everything that you do. And another round of applause for Ms. Leticia Murrieta.
So our next category is our certificated staff, and I want to recognize Lady Vasquez. She's our certificated staff from McKinley Elementary. So Lady, come on up. And presenting her will be Principal Tabrisha Lang from McKinley. So she's going to be introducing her.
Super excited. All right, well, good evening, everyone. Good afternoon. With the new selection and direction of everyone, we're going to say good afternoon, Board President Dan Flores and fellow board members, Dr. Miranda, executive cabinet members, and of course, our beautiful community of Colton. My name is Tabrisha Ling, and I am so proud. Come on over here, Ms. Vasquez. I am so proud to be the principal of McKinley Elementary School, and today it is my privilege and honor to absolutely recognize this extraordinary member of our site here at McKinley. This is Mrs. Lady Vasquez. Since joining McKinley Elementary, Ms. Vasquez has more than been just a counselor to our site. She has been the heart of our school. She has consistently gone above and beyond the role of a counselor, showing unparalleled dedication to our students and our staff and our families. Just speaking of situations that we go through, right, as a community, thinking about more recently last month, we had a situation with a family who's experienced some hardships, and this situation was different because their home had burnt down, losing shelter. And I recall just mentioning it to you in the dismissal point, and she immediately within that same day took charge to do what was needed to find the necessary resources to support our families. And that's above and beyond, and we appreciate moments like this, but she does this all the time. So whether it's different traumas, different situations, these are the things that our team members back there also have recognized about you. I wanted to let you know that your impact doesn't stop there, that you serve a vital part in a bridge between our school and the broader community, and that Mrs. Vasquez, as aware of any of our various events for life of the McKinley families, that you are very considerate about the tragic and the situations, and you show empathy in the trauma that they go through, and making sure that we make these connections for them. Also, the fact that you take the time and that you care to manage and be incredibly innovative in the way that we continue to deliver the support to our students on a daily matter. From teaching, whether it's the ESL lessons, from running the different support sessions that you have for the classes, the bottom line is you're creating that space for our teachers, for our site, for our families, and we appreciate you. And at the end of the day, Mrs. Vasquez, she exemplifies everything that we strive for at McKinley, to be compassionate, to be dedicated, to be relentless in commitment, are committed to the well-being of others and not just yourself. And this is very impactful and it's very inspiring. And so on behalf of all of McKinley staff, the people who are here from McKinley, can you stand? Because we want to show you some love here. On behalf of all of our McKinley staff, we definitely want to thank you for your tireless efforts and the difference that you're making every single day. You truly embody the spirit of excellence. And we're fortunate to have you on our team. And I just want to say congratulations to your nomination. Thank you. You're welcome.
I wrote a very short speech. Thank you. Good evening, Board President Flores, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and members of the audience. I am truly humbled and grateful to be standing before you tonight. This recognition is not just a testament to individual effort, but a celebration of the incredible network of support that has carried me through every challenge and triumph. To my extraordinary staff, from my McKinley teachers, past and present who are here, past and present administrators, to my support staff, custodians, and cafeteria workers. You are the heartbeat of everything we have achieved at McKinley. Your dedication, creativity, and unwavering commitment play a critical role in supporting our students. Each one of you brings unique talents that not only contribute to our success, but inspire me daily. This recognition represents countless hours of hard work, collaboration, and a shared vision of making a meaningful difference in the lives of our students. When we work for them, to open doors, to create opportunities, to inspire, to support, and to help them discover their own remarkable potential. Thank you for your commitment. To my family, mi familia, my rock, my anchor, my first and most important support system, words cannot fully express my appreciation. You have been my constant through every twist and turn. You have always supported me, and when challenges seem insurmountable, you believed in me, often more than I believed in myself. Your unwavering belief in me, your constant encouragement, your compassion, your resilience and dedication are qualities that have shaped the individual that stands before you. Los amo a todos. I am profoundly humbled while I may be the one being recognized. The real achievement belongs to everyone who believes in the power of education and the potential of our students, and that is my McKinley team. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
One more round of applause for Lady Vasquez from McKinley Elementary. Next, we would like to recognize our management, and the recipient is Campus Security Supervisor Sean Campa, so let's give him a round of applause. And introducing him would be Dr. Anthony Ortiz.
Good evening, Board President Flores, members of the board, Dr. Miranda. It's an honor to be here tonight to recognize Sean Campa. I am speaking on behalf of John Sachs. He's being at home, being a good husband. His wife just had knee surgery, so I'm speaking on Sean's behalf, which I'm privileged to do because I do work with him closely. It's one of the departments under the Student Services Division. So it's with great honor and pride that I present Security Supervisor Sean Campa for employee recognition. Sean's contributions to the safety and security of our schools and district staff are nothing short of extraordinary. His leadership, dedication, and unwavering commitment embody the core values of trustworthiness, care, responsibility, and respect. Sean currently serves as a district security supervisor for the Bloomington area schools, where he is a proactive and dynamic presence. His passion for school safety is evident in every aspect of his work. He consistently seeks ways to improve security procedures and provides steadfast support to the district safety officers he supervises, as well as to the elementary schools within his area. Beyond his daily responsibilities, Sean has distinguished himself as the architect and facilitator of our district's active shooter awareness workshops, a role he took on nearly a decade ago, driven purely by initiative and a desire to make a lasting impact. His workshops are known for their high quality, relevance, and practicality, setting a standard that other districts aspire to follow. These sessions serve not only school site staff, but also district-level employees, ensuring that all personnel are better prepared to respond in emergency situations. What makes Sean's work in this area so remarkable is the extensive effort he put into its development. From the beginning, he conducted interviews with law enforcement officials, including his own brothers, who are now retired from law enforcement, one retired corporal with the Colton Police Department, and the other a captain with the California Highway Patrol. Sean has also pursued formal certifications, earning the trainer credentials in both Run, Hide, Fight model, the ALICE model, which stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, Evacuate. These efforts laid the foundation for an effective research-based training program that continues to evolve as new information and strategies emerge. He dedicates countless hours to staying current on recent and historical incidents to ensure his workshops remain timely and relevant. But Sean's dedication goes far beyond the classroom as a presenter. He maintains strong relationships with multiple law enforcement agencies that serve our district, fostering collaboration and ensuring rapid, coordinated responses during emergencies. He remains available at all hours, day or night, to respond to urgent security-related incidents, a testament to his sense of duty and selflessness. And I'm going to go off script a little bit. Just last week, I needed him and the team at schools, at elementary schools, by 7 a.m., and we were talking at 8 or 8:30 p.m., letting him know what I needed. And as I was kind of going back and forth, he just said, "Dr. O, what do you need? What time do you need me there?" So that's just the caliber of individual that he is, looking out for others. In short, Sean Campa is an exemplary leader, a dedicated professional, and an invaluable member of our management team. His work has made a significant and lasting impact on the safety and preparedness of our district, and I can think of no one more deserving for this employee recognition. Please join me in congratulating and thanking Sean Campa for his incredible service, commitment, and leadership. And I don't have flowers, but I have a king-size payday bar for him. So
So the speech by, I believe, Ms. Vasquez, I can't compete with that. That was awesome. But just want to acknowledge my family, my wife, and my mom and dad who are here, and my daughters. Without them, I couldn't have that. So, I needed that support to obviously do what I do. But like Dr. C said, this started about 10 years ago when I came up to John Sachs and talked to him about active shooter presentations and trainings. And the reason why I'm a little emotional, because my why for what I do is because of those little girls right there. Them being in elementary school and seeing what's happening in the news, what happened at Wisconsin, and what happened at Northern California, that's where the passion comes in when I do these active shooter trainings. So hopefully the audience and other ones know that this active shooter training is very seriously. I just pray and continue to pray that more people come and show up, and I thank Dr. Ortiz, Mr. Fuentes, John Sachs for pushing the agenda on getting this training, because I really feel it will save lives. Statistics shows it does save lives in these events. So again, I'm appreciative for all the staff and faculty, especially administration, that always ask me, hey, come and train my staff, come and train my staff. So I do appreciate them taking the same intensity on keeping our kiddos safe, like I said, with my daughters and the rest of our students in our district. So I appreciate your time and thank you all.
One more round of applause for Sean Campa. Before we end our presentation, just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and this ends our presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you again for that. And again, I want to congratulate and thank all of today's recognized employees. You see the passion in the way that they talk about their job. It's not just a job. It's a calling, it's a vocation, it's a passion, and that shows you why this district is so successful, because we have amazing employees who come to work every day. And I want to thank the family, those of you that are out there, family and friends, thank you for the sacrifices that you make to allow them to be with us, to spend time with us, long hours, sometimes the weekends, and yes, it could be 7 in the morning or 7 o'clock at night. They're here with us, making sure that our staff, our kids, and our district are succeeding, are safe, are doing well. So thank you for that, and I want to congratulate again. Thank you for the opportunity to acknowledge our amazing employees. So thank you. All right, our next item on the agenda is a public hearing. This is item 5.1, the Colton Joint Unified School District Sunshine for Colton School Employees Association. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm moving along. All right, you got to give me a little bit of grace. Just jumping into it. Sorry, we have another presentation. I'm sorry, Dr. Dade, please, will you lead us in the next presentation, which is the introduction of new management? Got to give him a little bit of love here. Come on, Dr. Dade.
No worries, no worries. Good evening, Board President Flores, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and our members of our audience. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you a couple of new management team members. I'd first like to bring up our new Maintenance and Operations Supervisor 1, Ernesto Areola. Now, Ernesto has an extensive background in this area. He started off as a general merchandise clerk at Stater Brothers, and then moved to Frozen Stocker. And then he was a custodian worker here in Colton Joint Unified School District, and for the last 7 years has been a lead custodian. He has some interesting fun facts. He loves to read books, and for just this year, just currently, he's read 80 books. And so, yeah, you can give him a round of applause for that, yeah. And so that's a great accomplishment. He also is a big believer in PMA, which is positive mental attitude. And so if you don't know a lot about that, it's really just having a mindset of optimism, resilience, and a tendency to focus on the positive aspects of situations. Doing so helps you to have a positive outlook on life and actually leads to a healthier life. And so really appreciate that, and I got to learn that on the many board meetings during COVID. Ernesto was there, and he was the one wiping down the microphone. I almost broke this one. Sorry about that. But other than that, just a great person, always has a positive attitude. And as you know, Board President Flores just mentioned, he truly is committed to what he does, and he does it with joy. So I want to go ahead and give Ernesto an opportunity to share his gratitude. And also, if you have any family members or friends, you can introduce them as well.
Hi. This will be short. I just want to thank foremost the Classified Leadership Academy. That's where it kind of opened my eyes to want to jump into management. And I want to thank the district too and the board for investing in that program, because I feel like it's helped a lot and kind of help us redirect our vision and see your vision and what you have for us and the students and the staff here. And yeah, thank you. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for me to contribute more on a bigger scale, and that's what I want to do. And that's it. I do read a lot. I don't know where it came from. Just like it. I enjoy it. It's super peaceful. And most importantly, I just want to thank my wife and my 2 boys. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
And one more round of applause for Ernesto, please. Next, we do have 2 maintenance operations supervisor ones in our district. So our next management new team member is Bruno Granillo. Bruno also has an awesome background in this area. He started off as a custodial service attendant for the Los Angeles World Airports. And I don't know if everybody knows what that is, but back in the day, LAX owned Ontario for a while. And so, we were sharing with each other that airports are a lucky place to work. I've always found a good book or met a good person there, but he even got luckier than me. He met his wife and best friend there. And so that's awesome. He moved on from there to be an EVS supervisor for Los Angeles County Fairplex, where he oversaw 40 or more custodial staff there. He was a lead custodian at Mount San Antonio College, and more recently he was a custodial supervisor at Burbank Unified School District. Some of his fun facts are he loves sci-fi books, and he loves to watch documentaries, and one of his really favorite things to do is to fish, and he loves to go fish for brown trout. And so wanted to go ahead and give Bruno an opportunity to address the board and to introduce any family members or friends who may be here as well.
Thank you very much, board, everybody here. Just wanted to mention my appreciation for the opportunity to do the best I can here at Burbank Unified. I'm sorry, Colton Joint. I have Burbank in the brain, I apologize. Yeah, I've only been here for 2 weeks, and I've had so much support from the management and the staff here. I see the fanfare and the importance you put on the kids, the children here, and I just want to be part of that. I want to stay part of that, and I think this is a good place. So far, it's been excellent. So far, again, the support is there, and I'm just going to do my part, be fair across the board, and just make sure that we're doing the best we can for our kids. Thank you very much.
One more round of applause for Bruno, please.
Great.
My presentation for this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Dade. And again, welcome, Mr. Granillo, to the district. We're excited to have you. Mr. Ariello, congratulations on your promotion and a wonderful story that coming into the district at an entry-level position, there are opportunities to grow. And you're a model of that. You're an example of that. I hope you share that with others because it's an awesome, awesome example. So thank you, Dr. Dade. We appreciate it. Okay, now we'll move to our public hearing item 5.1. This is the Colton Joe Unified School District Sunshine for Colton School Employees Association. So I'm going to close our regular meeting and open that public hearing. And at this time, I'll ask if there's any members of the public that wish to speak on this item. Please feel free to come forward, or if you've already submitted a public comment card. I do not have any comment cards for this hearing, Ms. Medina. You have no cards either. All right. Since there is no one wishing to speak, I will go ahead and close the public comment and ultimately close that hearing. That takes us to item 6.1, our general public hearing for this evening's meeting. All right, just a reminder for public speakers, there is a limit of 3 minutes per public speaker. We would ask that you come forward to the podium and address the Board of Education for those 3 minutes. And again, we're not able to respond as a board, but know that if there is an issue or an item that we'd like to follow up, we have your contact information, and or we may ask staff to connect with you before you leave tonight's meeting. So the first comment card that I have today is for Mr. Omar Kobian.
Board, Dan Flores, new president, Dr. Frank Miranda, and staff. My name is Omar Kobe, and I'm a representative for the Carpenters Union, representing over close to 12,000 members that live in the Inland Empire, and about 400 that live right here in your district. I want to start by congratulating you on your overwhelming victory on your bond. Number one, that's going to be great, transformative for the district. I also want to congratulate the board members for your reelection. I wanted to start by sharing a quick story. The way my day started, I drove out to Long Beach today to do an interview from a student, an actual member, a carpenter. This student, it started in, back in April, we did what's called a signing day. Just like college, we did a signing day from our CTE program in a neighboring school district. I don't want to say which one. He got to take pictures with myself, some of the board members. With that same student, 3 months later, I seen him in our meeting hall, and he got hired as a carpenter because of that program. Well, now we're doing a piece on him, and we did a full interview, and I was there part of the interview, and what he said was that the school district really showed him the path and gave him the opportunity to learn about being a carpenter. And now he's 18 years old, and he's got his full medical now, his benefits. He's on his way on his career path. The foremans love him, and he's already wearing his tool bags, and he's on his way. And that's what, it came to me that that's what it's all about. So what you guys do, not only to help create pathways to go to college, it's those pathways for possibly the trades that we want to be part of to help that and create those pathways for those students and the youth of the city of Colton, Bloomington, and the other one, sorry, Grand Terrace. I think it's time. I think you guys are making a great step forward on your CTE programs, on your ROP, and we want to be part of it. Myself, I became a carpenter back in 1999. I built a lot of different hospitals. I was a superintendent, and now I'm a representative, but it changed my life. If it wasn't for this union, the brotherhood I have, I wouldn't have everything I have today. So I'm just really glad to see that so many school districts are making a change and swinging the pendulum back to the trades and other things besides just college. So with that said, on behalf of the Carpenters Union, we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Cobian. Our next public speaker is Ms. Carolina Vicente.
All right. So good evening, board members. My name is Carolina Vicente. I am a prevention specialist with the Institute for Public Strategy Central Valley Project, and I'm joined here with my team today. So we are a public health nonprofit. Our program focuses on reducing underage drinking and drug use among youth and our community at large. I'm here to speak about our safe and sober message that affects us all. So drinking or driving under the influence. Our Safe and Sober Message postcard campaign was developed in collaboration with the Community Coalition for Change, made up of parents, youth, and different community sectors in the Central Valley region working to reduce substance misuse. We would like to give a special thank you to Israel Fuentes, our Community Coalition co-founding member, for encouraging us to share this campaign with you all today. We would like to share our DUI Doesn't Just Mean Booze campaign postcard with the board and community to raise the level of awareness in our community on how to celebrate safely and responsibly this holiday season. Did you know that driving under the influence, also known as DUI, does not just include the consumption of alcohol? Many people are unaware that impairment can result from various substances and conditions, which can be very dangerous, just as dangerous as alcohol. People who drive immediately after using cannabis, also known as marijuana, can increase the risk of getting into a crash by 25 to 35%. This highlights the dangers of drug-impaired driving, which is often overlooked.
Thank you all for your attention this evening, and together we can work towards reducing impaired driving and saving lives by being safe and responsible during the holiday season. We have postcards to whoever wishes to have one, and additionally, please feel free to follow our Instagram at IPS_Central Valley and Community Coalition.
Thank you, Ms. Vicente.
If I can add to that, 13 years ago, we started this campaign, Community Coalition for Change, and I was one of the founders of this coalition, and it's made a difference in our community. We've done many campaigns. We had things where they're called Superhero Me, alcohol-free quinceañeras. We've actually gone to parks, literally, and pick up cigarette butts and a lot of things. So if you get an opportunity, there is a QR code on our postcard, and please scan that QR code. I am going to put it on my Facebook page and on my Instagram, and you guys can follow along. But I want to read this real quick. It just says here, driving more than 20 hours is equivalent to a blood alcohol content of 0.08%. It's like being drunk. So if you haven't slept for 20 hours and you're just constantly driving, it's like being drunk. So a lot of collisions, about 20 to 25% of the fatal collisions are when people have not slept. And so it's just an idea. So I wanted to share that, and I want to thank the ladies for being here this evening, too. Thank you.
Our next public speaker is Ms. Lisa Villa.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lisa Villa, and I reside in Colton. First and foremost, I hope everyone has a nice holiday. As most of you know, I recently tried to obtain a seat on the Colton School Board, Area 2. For me, it wasn't about winning or losing. It was about trying to bring some change, new perspectives, and fresh ideas from people that actually work on the front lines. Mr. Ibarra, in no fashion am I trying to be disrespectful, but the fact is there was 15,000 people that voted for others other than yourself. The board should welcome new perspectives and ideas. 28 years is far too long. Not even the President of the United States is allowed more than 2 terms. Even I was transferred from being at one site because supposedly I was too complacent for being there too long. Those rules should apply for yourselves too. With declining enrollment and the issues the district has, especially within the security department, I worry about the communities that you serve. And with the tragic school shooting this week, the security department needs a manager with law enforcement experience. At the last security meeting I attended just this past August, the security manager himself told all of us, although we should have an emergency operations plan, we currently don't. I was appalled. I worry about the communities that you serve. You are a board that has been doing the same old thing. You shoot from the hip and you play it by ear. You don't even provide the basics for my Colton community. You accept the perception of what your leaders/friends tell you. I am someone that has been on the front line for 35 years and you never heard a word I said because you shut out people that speak up. I had to retire because of the harassment you continuously allowed, despite my cries to you for help. I thought I would be able to enjoy my Colton community in a different aspect by being a volunteer. Instead, that wasn't the case. An employee at CMS felt that they can be unprofessional while I was on campus because that's what the district displays to some employees, to be unprofessional. This person verbally disrespected me in front of students while I was on campus, and now I'm not allowed to be a volunteer and run my Colton Pride Club that I have been running for 15 years. I know that if it was I that was an employee disrespecting anyone at all, I would have been put on administrative leave because that's how you handle situations within this district. You pick and choose which employees you're gonna look out for and which ones you're gonna throw the book at. There's no consistency in this district. Tragically, there was a school shooting just this week. I'm telling you, our schools are not prepared. On the contrary of what you just heard about the spectacular security department, it is not a successful department. Many issues go on there. Only some people have taken the active shooter class. It is by choice. Does that make any sense? That only some of our staff members have the class? It should be mandatory for everyone. My children and grandchildren matter too. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Ms. Villa. I have no other public comment cards for today, so we will go ahead and close public comment for today. That takes us to item 7.1, our administrative presentations. I will ask Assistant Superintendent Mr. Fromm, and I believe Dr. Sarabia will join us for our presentation.
Good evening.
Director.
So I'm always excited when I come here to present, and where we had a packed house, and then I come up to present, everyone left. Is it something I'm doing, or I spice it up a little bit here? So welcome tonight. We're going to be presenting you the first interim report. Next slide, please. The purpose of the first interim report is to provide the stakeholders a snapshot of the district's financial status through the end of October of this year and our projections through the end of June of this fiscal year. It incorporates all of our revisions through the end of October. We report actual enrollment and attendance. We update our multi-year financial projections and update cash flow as well. Next slide, please. So we have 3 ways to go here for certification. We could file a positive, which means we will meet the financial obligations of current and subsequent years. Qualified, we may not meet it, or negative, we will be unable to meet. I'm proud to report we are filing a positive certification for first interim. I'm going to turn it over to Maria Amanda to go over our planning factors and assumptions.
Good evening, Board President Flores, board members, Superintendent Miranda, and members of the audience. This slide here outlines the assumptions used for the multi-year projections. The key points to note in this slide are enrollment, which continues to decline in the out years, which is also impacting the district's ADA. For COLA, the district used the latest rate of 2.93% as reported on the most recent school services dartboard. However, there is a possibility that COLA may come in lower or at around 2.4%. Updates will be available with the governor's budget in January, and any changes will be reflected in the second interim report. Lottery rates increased slightly compared to the prior year, from $177 per ADA to $191. STIRS rates are projected to remain the same, whereas PERS rates are projected to increase in the out years. This chart summarizes the projected ending balances for the district's other funds, all of which are projected to conclude the year with a positive fund balance. This slide highlights the changes to unrestricted revenues from adopted budget to first interim. Overall revenues increased by $1.3 million due to adjustments in special ed contributions due to positions that are currently vacant. We also had a slight increase in lottery because of the increase in the rate. This chart illustrates the changes in unrestricted expenditures, which increased by $6.4 million from the adopted budget to first interim. Books, supplies, and services increased by $2 million due to prior year carryover of E-rate expenditures. Capital outlay increased by $3 million due to COVID-related projects that could not be completed before the expiration date of the funds, resulting in the expenses being moved to the unrestricted general fund.
Now we're going to give you a breakdown. Oh, next slide, please. No, yes. No, I'm on the correct slide. That's showing the colors on here. When we go to the next slide and I present the multi-year projection, there's always a section in there of the contributions we have to make from our general fund. So we're breaking it down here, and we'll show it on the multi-year projection slide as well. We contribute $56.2 million when we get our total dollars in. It's kind of like your check. You have your gross, and then you have your net when you get paid. So the biggest chunk of our contribution goes to special ed. Right now it's projected to be $37.6 million. Then we have $12.6 million that go to routine restricted maintenance account, which we're required to do. We make a contribution or an intertransfer fund to self-insurance fund and to child development. Next slide, please. So in the multi-year projection, it's not showing up on, what's showing up on the screen there If you look down to the fourth row of 24-25, the restricted contribution, the makeup of that is special ed and a routine restricted maintenance. And if you slide down to the yellow highlighted in interfund transfers, 5.9 million, that is our insurance and our child development transfers. So if you look at our multi-year projections, I just want to start by saying the out years are a projection as we sit here today. There's a lot of information that's going to change between now and May when the May revise comes out. In a few weeks from now, Governor will release his preliminary budget for next school year, and between that and May, a lot will change. But this is based off the information that we have right now. So as you can see, as we go through the years 25, 26, and 26, 27, our revenues are for this year projected on the unrestricted side of 243.9 million, going down next year to 240.9, and then going back up in 26, 27 to $244.2 million. If you go down to our salaries and benefits, as you can see, this year and next year, they're projected to go down, but in the third year out, 26, 27, they're going up. We've talked about this before here. We have salaries that are sitting in block grants that are coming back to us in that year as well. And as you can see, we end this year with a hefty fund balance, but as we project on through, because of our declining enrollment, less dollars in, that fund balance quickly goes down to where in 26, 27, it's at $14.3 million. Now, once again, I just want to reiterate, this is a projection as we sit here today. There's already news coming out from the state that there's $3 billion more in Prop 98. They're looking to do some type of one-time funding. So Governor Newsom is on his last 2 years, and he wants to make it right for the school districts in California. So more to come. It's looking up. Revenues are in higher than expected. So once again, before we move on to the next slide, this is just a projection as we're here today. And as previous years, with this time, it changed dramatically when you got to May revise. So it's trending in a positive direction to change for the better. Next slide, please. So our calendar of events next month, the governor budget workshop we'll be going to. Like the COLA is projected right now at 2.93 as the dartboard, but at latest updates around 2.46. But once the governor releases a new dartboard will come out, and those will be reflected in our second interim report, which will be up here in March. Hopefully the crowd will stay for that one, but probably not. And then June, we come to you twice, once to present what we're planning on doing, and then at the end of June to officially adopt it. Next slide. Any questions?
Questions from board members? Yeah, please, Board Member Ibarra.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for your report. It's always really positive to see that we can look 3 years out and see a positive certification. And also to hear that there's potential for more monies to be available, block grants to be opening up. So, and with Governor Newsom looking toward trying to make the districts throughout the state of California whole, so to speak, it's all positive for now. And I think that as we take a look at the incoming funding, we need to really take a look in how we're going to take advantage of this opportunity, because I think it's an opportunity, because we just don't know what the fourth year out will look like, et cetera. So I just want to say thank you for the report. It's all positive, and it's good to hear. Thank you.
Fuentes.
Thank you. Great report and everything. Again, can you repeat why the increase in 2026, 27? Why we're getting those increases again?
For the salaries?
Yes.
We have salaries right now that are being in a block grant that we have. I believe it's counselors. So you always want to use your most restricted funds as possible. So we have, and those salaries qualify to be in that block grant, but that block grant ends in that year, so they will come back to the general fund. That's why that is going up.
Yeah, I just wanted the public to know why that was and what a block grant is and all that. Okay, thank you.
Please.
No, just a comment. I always appreciate your presentations, especially if we're not in numbers. You make it so easy for us to understand. So I really appreciate and very proud to have a positive certification. So thank you for a well-run ship.
Well, I'll share again. Thank you for the presentation. It's good to hear that we're obviously in positive certification. That's always a good thing. I'll share that some of us had a chance to attend CSBA, the California School Board Association conference recently, and there was a lot of talk by both board members, administrators, superintendents about the challenges that they're having throughout Southern California, well, really all of California, particularly in Southern California. We heard board members talk about they're considering closing libraries. They're looking at layoffs. And they are in dire straits. One board member spoke very passionately about trying to manage their PERS obligation and was asking the legislator for help. You need to help us do that. So sitting at that table, I think we were kind of looking at each other thinking we're in a little bit different position. That's not by accident. That's because our staff, our superintendent, and ultimately this board have been very wise with how we've managed our budget. To your point, and Board Member Fuentes, thank you for pointing that out. When restricted funds came in through COVID or other means, we used that money strategically and allowed us to cover positions and costs that were built into the general fund, but we never redirected that money and created new positions necessarily and then encumbered that funding, which then meant when the restricted funds go away, which we knew COVID funds were going to go away, all of a sudden now we couldn't afford the position. And I think that's unfortunately what a lot of districts did. So I want to thank you for, and this goes back some ways. Dr. Miranda, you were our CBO, and even at the time, looking a little bit more, and I won't say conservative because it's not really a conservative view, it's just a smart outlook financially. And I think we're in a much better position for that. The one item that I know that we do need to address, obviously as a district, has to do with our healthcare benefits. That's something that is incredibly challenging and difficult to do because the costs continue to rise. There's a lot of talk around healthcare, born out of a tragedy, but yet it's pushing to the forefront that the costs and how we manage that and how we cover that is something that we really need to work on as a country. But certainly here, I know that it's an important issue. So I look forward to future conversations around addressing the healthcare needs of our employees. So,
If you compare us to our neighboring school districts, our benefits are really strong in that. So we offer great benefits to our employees here. Multiple free plans, which you don't find that in other districts. So kudos to the leadership here for putting those plans in place in that. But another thing I learned last week, Kevin Gordon was speaking at a meeting that I was at, and he was saying there's enough money in the state of California to tackle the declining enrollment. If they took those dollars and put it towards raising the amount each school district gets for each student, it will counter that. But they don't do that. So the politicians need to advocate for that to happen because the money is there to do it if they allocate it right. So declining enrollment is not a Colton problem. It's like 98% of the state and that. So there is solutions to that. So hopefully that will transpire into something good for us in that.
appreciate it. All right. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
Right. This takes us to our action sessions for this evening. We do have action items 8.1 through 8.71. At this time, I'll ask if there are any items that board members wish to pull for comment or separate consideration. All right, hearing none, then we can go ahead and take them as in their entirety. So if there is a motion to approve the balance of those items.
Second.
I have a motion from Board Member Haro and a second by Board Member Ibarra to approve items 8.1 through 8.71. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, it is approved. Great. And just scrolling down to the next one. All right. Administrative reports, items 9.1 through 9.3. Just want to see if there are any board members that have comments, questions regarding our administrative reports 9.1 through 9.3.
Just a quick question.
Please, Board Member Barr.
Cone High School, our culinary arts project. What's the timeline on that? How does that look?
Well, thank you for that question. I'll tell you, I was just there with Mr. Chang and David Bell, in fact, yesterday, in fact, and I believe the timeline completion is February, end of February, and we are thinking for students to start using the culinary is probably going to be at the beginning of the school year, but as we get everything done. So we're looking at February to complete the whole entire thing. It's coming out beautiful. Can't wait for the board to come out. And I think punch items will be done somewhere around March, May, and June to ensure that everything gets completed. So that's the timeline right now we're facing.
Okay, thank you very much.
And if I may, Dr. Moran, I think board members would be excited to be able to take a tour of that. So if we could coordinate with Joanne, we'll wear our hard hats and we'll go take a look because it's pretty exciting to see from the outside. So I can only imagine what it looks like on the inside.
Absolutely. And we are planning a special event to kick it off additionally with when the students arrive. So we'll get the board there too on, so it's going to be amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Can't wait to start cooking there.
Should be fun. All right. Okay, so there is no facilities update this evening, so we'll go ahead and go to item 9.5, which is our ACE update. I see no ACE update. All right, thank you, Ms. Parachi. 9.6 is our CSEA update. I don't see President Guardiama or any other representatives here today, or? Okay, no update? Okay. All right, no update. That's our Christmas present, guys. MAC update. Is there a MAC update this evening? Merry Christmas. There you go. No, all right. ROP. No meeting. Okay. Oh, you meet tomorrow. Excellent. There you go. Thank you. All right. Dr. Miranda, you're up.
Yeah, well, Merry Christmas, but I do have a quick update here. I'll be pretty quick here. I wanted to start off with something that's dear and near to our hearts is the libraries and some library resources for our community. I'll tell you, growing up, that was my favorite place in the world to be, honestly, even in high school. So I'll stop there. But last week, I just want to share that and remind everybody about these incredible resources available to our community, to our school libraries. We encourage everyone to take full advantage of these offerings and support the learning and literacy. Somebody mentioned, 80 books or something like that? Wow, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so there's plenty of libraries with a wealth of resources. We have print books, e-books, audiobooks, research databases for academic enrichment, Spanish language materials for our students to support bilingual, multilingual learners. So this is done through our Destiny and Discover and Sora applications, platforms. So students and staff can access a wide range of digital books, including read-alongs. Additionally, Sora connects to the San Bernardino County Library, which is incredible, giving access to even more digital books, and all without needing a library card, which is even more amazing. So here's what I'm challenging all the students out there and parents, please ensure that your kids are reading over the break. Make it a goal, 15, 20 minutes each day. And you can explore these resources, visit your local library too. Find something that sparks your imagination, your interests, and you know what? Happy reading, everybody. So, and that goes for all the adults too. 15, 20 minutes. I enjoy my history magazines every month, and it just takes you somewhere else. All right, so let me move on, and I'll tell you, Make a Child Smile event is just an incredible event. So this Monday, we celebrate the 27th annual Make a Child Smile event at Walmart, Mount Vernon, and what a heartwarming experience it was for everybody. The Colton Fire Department is amazing. They treated 49 elementary students from Bernie, Grant, Lincoln, and McKinley, and Wilson schools, let me not forget Wilson, to a $100 shopping spree. It is truly inspiring to see the joy in the students' faces. I know I see Ms. Harrell there shopping with students. I saw Ms. Orloff there and shopping, and I saw Santa Claus there. And so when you see the kids just with what they're purchasing for their families, they're always thinking about other people, not themselves and their loved ones. So this is a beautiful event that just reminds us all of the season of giving, generosity, and the compassion within our community. So honestly, a special thanks to our Colton Fire Department and our administrative assistant, Dan Calles, who is our true hero, works in Katie's department, for coordinating this event, because she just does it, right, Katie? She makes it happen every year. So there are a lot of happy children out there, and I think our fire department is just incredible here in Colton. All right, and the last thing is happy holidays. Just want to wish everybody happy holidays. I don't know if you guys see my video on Instagram. Eric Perez, communication specialist, made me do that. So, hey, anything for our kids, you know, anything for our kids. But truly, on behalf of the Board of Education and Executive Cabinet, I want to extend our warmest wishes to our staff, students, and for a joyous holiday season. To our staff, special, just all of you I want to thank all of you for your unwavering compassion and dedication to our students and their success. I am truly humbled to serve as the district your superintendent, and I'm continually inspired by the incredible work each day. So again, as we close out the year, I encourage everyone to take time to rest, recharge, reflect on the year, develop a growth plan for next year, whatever it is, to just reflect on these special moments for the year with your loved ones. And then may your holidays for all of you be filled with peace, happiness, and good health, everybody. Happy holidays. Thank you.
Dr. Miranda, we appreciate that. All right, next item is board member comments. So we will begin with board member Thorian Ojeda.
I'll begin by congratulating my board colleagues, Bertha, Frank, and Pat. I know you worked really hard on your campaigns, and I'm very happy that you are still here with us, because we have a lot of work to do, and we are doing great things for children in this community. And it'll be a good another 4 years for you, so thank you. I wish everyone, and there's not many people left here, but I do wish everyone a wonderful holiday season. Spend time with your families, love them, because you never know. Every day is important, and so I just wish everyone a lot of rest and relaxation and family time and great dinners with no fighting. I know families. I have yet to, there's always something that comes up, but just remember, how important is it? You know, the important thing is that you're here, you're there with your family, and you love them in spite of what they're doing or saying. So I hope all of you have a wonderful holiday season, and I look forward to the work that we're going to be doing in the new year. Thank you.
Thorian Ojeda. Next is board member Pat Haro.
Thank you. I just wanted to say, again, please give our best, and thank you to Diane Calles, always for every year since I've been here. She does the Make a Child Smile event, and it's always just phenomenal, and she's running around back and forth through Walmart and coordinating and doing everything, and it's just a fabulous event. And like Frank said, you know, these kids are looking for gifts for their families, you know, not just themselves. And with that, we also had, what's today, Thursday? Tuesday, I'm running out of what it is, Shop with a Cop. 15 students from the Colton district, or actually 15 families, I should say, got a $200 shopping spree, and they also got Happy Meals. And that event was very touching to see mom with her children and these kids again, with the things that they bought. They wanted to buy things for their family, not for themselves. But I did one that just made me laugh, because kids are kids. The little ones are so cute. Comes running to where Santa was and says, Mom, I got chonies. And I just thought, oh my gosh, my heart broke, because it's telling you what these kids need. They're not just buying toys. They're buying the essentials with that money. And it was just, I don't know, it was just kind of touching, but it was funny, and everybody laughed, so even Santa. Um, the last thing I want to do before I wish my Merry Christmas is, as board members have been talking about, that we did go to the California School Board Association conference, and it's one I look forward to every year because the things that they're talking about are so timely. And as you would think, there was a lot on AI and how it's being used in schools, and some schools are further along using it, and some are just learning, beginning to learn it. And I did go to former Superintendent Jerry Almendarez's class, and the room was packed, it was full, and it was tremendous to see what they were doing in their district. They even created an avatar of Mr. Almendarez, and he speaks in 9 languages they did it of all the languages that they have in their district so that he can welcome them to the district in those languages. So it's really tremendous to see what they were doing with it. So I just wanted to bring that up. The other thing, it was a really special CSBA for me this year. First of all, my colleagues, Mr. Fuentes and Mr. Ibarra, and I always talk about CRIROP and how much we love what we're doing at CRIROP. And this year, CRIROP got the Golden Bell Award for the Counselor Roadshow. And it's the 4th Golden Bell that they won, but the first under Superintendent Engel. So it was really exciting to be there with our CRIROP family and celebrate this wonderful achievement. And I was very proud we were proud to go up there and accept it. And the last thing I want to bring up about CSBA, like I said, it was a special one for me because the Golden Bell. But I was also on a panel this year, and the panel was called Leading the Way with Creativity, Arts Education, and Prop 28. It was spearheaded by Dr. Gary Waddell, who is the superintendent of Santa Clara Unified School District, and he was our moderator. We also had Chris Alexander, who's the executive director of the California Arts Project, and we had Letty Krause, who is the director of the California Superintendent's Arts Initiative for the state of California. We had Charlene Schmidt, education programs of the California Department of Education, and we had Denise Egan, who was the Twin Rivers Unified School District Director of Arts and Career Pathways Education, and little old me from Colton Joint Unified School District. And it was really an honor to be selected by Dr. Waddell and the team to be the board member voice on this very important and very a passion for me is the arts and education. So it was really a blessing for me to be able to be on that panel, and I was very grateful. So that's all I have on that, and I just wanted to, like everyone else, wish you all a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Please make time, as everyone has said, for family, but make time for yourself. In education, you give everything to the students that you represent, 110% every day. I know our teachers do, our principals, our assistant principals, you give 110%, everyone does, to these kids. But you can't give without taking a little time for yourself. You have to make that time for yourself. And I think that that's very important. And I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But I also want to read you your Christmas bucket list. Instead of buy presents, be present. Instead of wrapping gifts, wrap someone in a hug. Instead of sending gifts, send love. Number 4, instead of shop for food, donate food. Number 5, instead of making cookies, make memories. And the last one, y'all do this all the time. Instead of see the lights, be the light. The people who work in Colton are always the lights. You do so much for so many, and I am truly blessed, again, to represent the Colton District as a board member. As I said about the arts being a passion for me, this district is a passion. The things that we're doing is a passion. And I know you all have something inside you that is a passion for yourselves. Thank you.
Board Member Flores.
December was a very busy month in our schools. They had a lot of performances, a lot of activities and fun. And I do want to point out one place at one of our schools. McKinley Elementary School had held what they called the Battle of the Books. And I attended their performance or their competition. It's like set up like a game show where kids compete against each other. And this is a culminating activity, which means that for months before that, kids are reading books, and they give them a list of books that will be displayed or used at this competition. So, the rest of the kids come in, they sit on the floor, and they're cheering on, their fellow students. So there's third and fourth graders go against each other, and the library mediatek is awesome. She's the one that organizes everything months ahead, tells the kids what books to read and what to look for. And so at that competition, the kid, she says questions like, in what book did this character do this? Or in what book did the character say, have this conflict or whatever, And the two teams are going back and forth, and they have to say the name of the book and their author. And you would think when they would get one right, the whole auditorium was like, yay, they were so excited. But what I like best is when the fifth and sixth graders came up, they weren't against each other, they were against their teachers. So the teachers were competing with the sixth graders. And that was fun because the sixth graders were really killing it. But ultimately, I think the teachers won by 1 point, but it was so exciting to the kids watching and for the kids, and what these kids, months of preparation in preparing for this big event. I mean, look how much they're reading, how much they're learning, their vocabulary. So kudos to the library mediatek at McKinley. I would love to see this at other schools. It's really not that hard to do, but it just really, increases the number of books the kids read and their vocabulary, of course. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. And with that, I just want to wish everybody a safe, please stay safe, a safe holiday season, and we will see you next year.
Board Member Flores. Board Member Fuentes.
Thank you, Board President. First of all, congratulations and welcome back to my colleagues, Bertha, Frank, and Pat. It was a tough one, wasn't it? But we are here together today, so congratulations again. Just want to share a couple things. I've had the opportunity for the past 9 years to be good old jolly Santa Claus, and I've done it for the district. I've done it for our deputy sheriffs for San Bernardino County, for the Colton PD, Colton Fire. And this past week, it really, really touched me. As I walked through the hospital, I've also done it for Arrowhead Medical. And Colton PD escorted Santa to the hospital, and we were able to see 300 kids throughout the hospital. It was a long day. But one of the ones that really touched me is I was walking into the maternity ward, and there was this little baby. I think she was maybe 4 or 5 hours old, in an incubator, I guess that's what they call it. And his eyes were covered up with like masking tape. And I was talking to the mom, and the baby was having difficulty, I guess, breathing and stuff. And it just touched me that, you know, these are kids. This is the future of Colton Joint Unified, these kids that are being born. I was able to carry day-old babies, two-day-old babies, eight-day-old babies, and take a picture with them. And I was thinking in my mind as I'm walking through the hospital, these are our kids. These are Colton Joint Unified School District kids. And these are the future of our cities, our communities. And what we do at Colton in educating our kids, bringing them up in the right education, math, reading, giving them the opportunities to become that next, and they can fill in the blank. This is what we do. This is what we do as a board, as a cabinet, a superintendent, directors, managers, teachers, principals. That's what we do on a daily basis. Even when we're home and we're on vacation, we're thinking about, what can I do better? Don't tell me you haven't done that. When you're at home on vacation, or even when you're at the Bahamas taking a vacation, you're thinking about, what can I do better? Because that's what we do. We are here to make those kids succeed. As we did Make a Child Smile with the fire department, Ms. Harrell shared a little bit about that. But at the Colton Police with the 15 children, I remember that young man running to Mom and Santa and saying, "I just got some chones, Mama." You know, it really touches me. It really, really touched me to see those. We did some events at Grimes Elementary, Cooley Ranch also. Supervisor Baca did a gift giveaway at Grimes Elementary. And hearing the kids as they're walking down the hall and saying, "This is the best day ever." One of the young ladies, she was picking up her toys there with Santa and Rudolph, one of the things she said as she's walking out, because you guys know that Grimes is a dual immersion school, "Te amo, Santa." And it just really touched. Knowing that these kids sometimes just need a little bit of love. That little bit of love, that little bit of attention is what we need to give them on a daily basis. And so it really, really, really made me think, like I said, I've done this for 9 years. But this year, for some reason, it really made me think, we're doing what we're doing because we want our children to succeed. We want them to succeed. We do keep them safe. Our kids are in the most safest place they can be when they're in our schools. And I want to make that clear. They're in the best place they can be when they get picked up off from the bus, they get dropped at the school. They're in the safest place they can be, no matter what. We do train our staff for every incident, doesn't matter what. They are trained. They know what they need to do. The children know what they need to do. It's the older ones in high school and middle school. They know exactly what they need to do because they know what they, to help each other. So in our district, we do keep our children safe, no matter what. It hurts me to hear things, negative things, and it shouldn't happen. And I know that we keep our children safe. So just wanted to end with this, and I'm hoping I don't mess it up, but here we go. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a principal was stirring, not even a teacher, because all of them were home with their families, enjoying tamales, turkey, and ham. May your Christmas be bright and happy. God bless you.
Thank you, Board Member Fuentes. Board Member Ibarra.
Thank you, Dan. I'd like to start off by taking this opportunity to recognize our superintendent for CRIROP. Dr. Jason Angle, who's seated back here, and welcoming him to our board meeting. But also, I'd like to give him a round of applause for the Golden Bell Award, because I think it's a high achievement, and it just states how great the CRI-ROP program is operating and how much it serves our students as well as the students at Ukaipa and Redlands as well. So if you could all please join me with a round of applause on behalf of the Cone Joint Unified School District, CRI-ROP. Just want to say congratulations and thank you for that. As we start to wrap our minds around what happened to 2024, we start thinking about 2025, and for some of us that are a little bit older, we start saying, you know, I never thought of 2025 ever, you know, and I think some of you guys know what I'm talking about, you know. But the reason why I bring that up is, you know, we're starting something new, a new year, with new challenges and new opportunities, new things to be thankful for, and also as we move through this next school year, you know, one of the strengths of Cone Joint Unified School District is that we work together. We work well together, and that we're striving toward that one goal, student achievement, which is one of the things that we all have our focus on all the time. Academically, career tech-wise, those are areas that I think that are going to be imperative in the future. Just like the gentleman who came up from the Western Carpenters Union, opportunities through creating pathways for our students who, once they graduate, to go into some of the occupations and opportunities they have to offer. I mean, we need to take a look into that. We need to invite them. We need to talk with them. Once again, we all know it doesn't hurt to listen. But it also is really good that what we've developed here at Cone Joint Unified School District, if we can take some of our students to the next level, you know, we need to take advantage and take a look at those opportunities. Because I think that not only do we owe it to our students, but I think that we owe it to our district to attach ourselves to proven educational resources like what he has to offer. So just want to throw that out there for now. Talk with the superintendent more about that later down the road. I just want to take this opportunity to once again congratulate Bertha and Pat, and also thank each member of the board, and I'll say particularly Israel for his support and what he helped me and, you know, do throughout my campaign. It was, I mean, you know, it was very imperative, very important. So I just want to share that along with how I felt about everyone else who provided that support, because I heard it every time I came around the staff, and it was strong. I'm in mind with Israel. I don't like, and I don't take very nicely to individuals talking bad about Cone Joint Unified School District, because everything we do, we strive to try to do the best. And I truly believe that. And I see that as the years to come, we will continue to move forward and provide the best possible education to all our students. So with that being said, I just want to take this opportunity to those who are here to wish each and every one of you happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Look forward to the new year, and hopefully you all stay safe, enjoy. Don't try to gain that extra 5 pounds that the holidays have to offer. Yeah, right. But enjoy your time and rest. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Board Member Ibarra. And I'll just echo the comments that were shared. Congratulations to my colleagues on your reelection. A personal message from me, I know how difficult it is. I think you said earlier, Mr. Ibarra, you put yourself out there, and you do. And they will let you know what they think about the school district, the schools, the fields, the classrooms, how things look from, as they drive by, and why is this, and why is that. So it is a commitment, it's a sacrifice, but I am really proud, and I can say this in all honesty, to work with colleagues who I know are here for the right reasons. It's not about politics, it's not about name recognition, it certainly isn't about the money, which there is none, but it's about the kids, and it's about the schools, it's about our staff, and it's about having an impact in the community. And I know as I look up and down the dais, as we make these decisions, that everybody is voting with their heart, their head, and doing what they feel is best. So I appreciate that. And everybody, have a happy holidays. We're going to wrap things up here in open session, and we will jump into closed session. So we are adjourned into closed. All right, we're going to go ahead and reconvene our open session meeting. We have 13.1, student discipline. There were 4 student discipline items presented in closed session. Is there a motion to uphold the expulsion orders as presented? So moved. I'll take a motion by Board Member Fuentes and a second by Board Member Thorin Ojeda. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, it is so ordered unanimously. Item 13.2. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, student ID numbers. Yes, the student ID numbers are 105-5463, 1058-191, 106-0468, 106-5232. Great. And on that 6-0 motion, the board voted to uphold the expulsion orders as presented with Board Member Sandoval absent, obviously. Item 13.2, on a motion, and this was in closed session, on a motion by Board Member Haro and seconded by Board Member Fuentes, the board approved the following. Certificated regular staff, English teacher, STC teacher, 1 classified child development supervisor, head junior varsity basketball girls, head varsity volleyball boys, spring football assistant boys, varsity football assistant boys, 7 coaches, baseball boys, soccer boys, 3, soccer girls 2, softball girls, tennis co-ed, and track co-ed. So, and a total of 22 volunteers. And that was a 6-0 vote with Sandoval absent. And we do have an additional readout item, so we're going to number this 13.3. In closed session, the Board of Education considered and accepted a settlement paid to the district from Best Contracting in the sum of $410,000 in the case CIV SB 2209385. The vote was unanimous to accept the settlement offer. That was on a motion by Board Member Fuentes, seconded by Board Member Haro, on a 6-0 vote with Board Member Sandoval absent. All right, that concludes our. Thank you, everybody. Get home safe. Have a wonderful Christmas and New Year. Signatures.